Well, we're telling scary stories because we're trying to get scared. We tried everything like Ouija board, saying Bloody Mary, and put in the mirror, but now we're just trying to do some stories. So, Melissa, you start and yeah. Okay. Well, there was an old lady, and she had a daughter and two grandchildren. They were both 7 years old. The old lady got them a rabbit for Christmas. It died.
So then next Christmas.
The next Christmas, the old lady gets them a dog and it dies. Wow. So she tells her daughter, she wants to buy them another pet for Christmas, but the daughter says no, and the lady asks why. And the daughter gets mad and yells, because they are devil children. So anyway, the old lady loved her grandchildren. Lower her. What is that? Okay. Lower her grandchildren. So she says that her daughter should burn in hell. That's nasty. You will carry on. Then next day, her daughter disappears, and then next day is Christmas, and she walks into the living room and seeing her daughter sitting there, with blood dripping out of her mouth, and the children say, "Do you like your Xmas Christmas present? You said she you said she should burn in hell, but you tell us not to play with matches, so I thought this was next best thing." And then the old lady realized that her daughter is dead, and then the children killed the rabbit and the dog as well. That's nasty. I don't like
Clever.
that.
It was late afternoon. The road seemed like it stretched on for miles. A man and his wife were driving on their way to a hotel in the upcoming town for their anniversary. They had the radio on and were listening to sounds of music. Suddenly, the car chugged slowly, then stopped, realizing they were out of gas. The man told his wife to wait in the car. "I'm going to walk ahead and see if I can find a gas station." So he got out and started walking. His wife waited and waited and waited. It got dark. She locked the doors and huddled into the corner. After a few hours, she began to hear this light, rich, scratching noise. She stayed quiet and tried to sleep. She was awoken from her sleep by sirens and shouting. It was daylight. Policemen had her get out from the car. Ma'am, you are lucky we got here when we did. We caught this man on the roof of your car. He had used his fingernail to scratch through the roof. He'd been doing it all night. He was about 1 inch from the surface when he caught him. Apparently the man had escaped from jail. He was a murderer and he was crazy. You see, he had killed her husband earlier and was attempting to kill her as well. How's that when you actually tell it? It can scare people. My boyfriend doesn't. I'm not meant to read that.
I know, right? I know.
Good luck.
I have story.
Don't you have one yourself?
So I did.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there is this story that my cousin told me. But it was about my cousin, and she said that about this boy, and he was like living with his mum and dad, and they had like he was only like 6-ish, 7-ish. He went into his bathroom, which was all tile with black and white tile, and it was like on the floor, on the walls, and everything. He went to the sink and was to wash his hands after going to the toilet, and he started hearing noises, and he leaned down into the sink, and as he put his hands in the sink to grab more water, his finger got stuck in the sink, and he slowly got trapped, being pulled down the sink, and every time he got completely sucked into the sink. And then his mum and dad, the next day, didn't even know if he had gone, came into this bathroom, and his mum got a bath, and she's there laying in the bath. She unplugs it while she's doing her hair, and slowly her toe gets caught in the sink, in the plug hole, and she starts like screaming, and her husband runs up and gets caught in by the railing, the towel racks in the bathroom, and while they both get sucked up, all they can hear is their son's voice screaming out, and they get sucked up and they're all dead. And it's just like, and then my cousin said that she's scared of black and white tiles now because that's what caused it. Damn, I don't know.
I think I know this thing where like there was this lady and she like put her head in the sink and then all her blood and shit. Like all her face, like think of your face without skin but with eyes.
Sorry.
I think I don't know if this is in the movie or I got told this shit. Like this man, he was like having a shower, and like you know, like some of the showers you get like the wiring thing in it. Or basically one of them came out of the shower thing, and it got caught around his neck, and like it kind of like dug into his neck and like dug his neck. And he tried to escape, but like he was just like when he was trying to escape, he was like putting it more and more into his throat. And then like people found him to like this morning. I think that's on Final Destination. I love that film. I like the part where the dude's in the exercise thing and he's riding a bike or something, and then like the swords above his head just come down and splats his head. I was like, whoa.
I'll tell you a scary story. My friend told me she had a nightmare where like there was like a monster, big massive red monster in her room, and the room kept getting smaller. Yeah, that was it.
I can't see you. There you are.
Yeah, this is 6 minutes. Oh, I have another one. There's this girl, and she bought a doll. Like her mum had bought her a doll, and she loved that doll. It was like her favorite doll. She'd never leave it out of the house, and she always had slept with it and everything. And after a few years, it got a bit tatty, and her mum bought her a teddy, and she loved the teddy, and it was like her best thing. And the doll was left. Just,
I see where this is going. The doll felt abandoned, and the doll got her own back by killing the kid.
Right. The doll got. Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it. The doll was like just sitting there, and it started like getting all like damp. It's been crying, and one night the girl was laying there. She's asleep, and the doll when she wakes up in the morning, her teddy is on the floor in shreds, and she starts crying, going to her mum and crying, and the next day she's just laying there, and all she hears is noises in her house, and she ends up sort of like running downstairs and like going all scared and that, and the next day the doll the mom gets pushed out the window of the house, and they think it's a suicide attempt by the mom, and so the dad's left with her daughter, and the daughter is then really scared because she's like hears noises at night saying like stuff, and she ends up pretty much being killed by the doll, and as the doll kills her like with a knife in the back of the doll. The doll has a knife.
I've heard a story like that before. Basically, like the doll, it basically got replaced, and like it was like put in the shed, and then like one night, like the girl had a dream, thinking like, and the doll was like saying, I'm coming to get you and everything. And then like she woke up from the nightmare, and like she was just laying in her bed, like she turned the light on, she was just laying in her bed, and she kept hearing the voices and everything, and it would say, I'm coming upstairs.
Shut up. I love that.
I'm at the bottom of the stairs, I'm almost at the top, I'm at your bedroom door, I'm sitting at your bed, I'm gonna kill you, and then she gets killed.
I love that one. I haven't heard that before.
I've got a story.
You guys say you didn't know any stories, and then you know.
They once had a little doll, dear, the prettiest doll in the world. Her cheeks were so bright and so red, dear, and her hair was charmingly cold. But she lost her poor little doll, dear, as she laid in the hills one day. But say she was terribly changed, dear, but I could never find her again. That's fun. Yeah, I know.
I think we should end it now because it's getting near 10 minutes.
Yeah. Look how red I am. See, everyone Look how red I am.
Meow.